What's happening, 502 crew? Welcome back to the channel. Ty, Ryan, Nick, back as always with another reaction.
But first, if you've liked on the 502 crew, we need to give this video a thumbs up.
And we need you to hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, so today we have one of the most famous alternative rock bands.
That's right.
The Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing.
First off, one of my favorite band names of all time.
Yes.
Because
I do like it.
I can just imagine the activity of Smashing Pumpkins. It's got to be fun.
Sounds fun.
It's
Does that
just got to
arouse
be
you?
fun.
That
Take a
arouses you,
bat.
Smashing Pumpkins?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've never done it.
Oh, well.
And you know this band pretty well.
Yes.
Ryan, should I ask?
No, don't ask.
Don't know him?
Save your breath.
Never heard of him?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
The Smashing Pumpkins are an alternative rock band from Chicago.
The Shy.
Formed in 1988 by frontman Billy Corgan, Darcy Retzky, James Iha, hope I pronounced that right,
Yeah.
and Jimmy Chamberlain. They've gone through many lineup changes. Guitarist Jeff Schroeder's been there a while, but those four seems like that was the foundation. Looks like they've done about 11 studio albums.
One's new.
Yeah, including one from 2020. Still going strong. That's always good to see when a band's
yeah.
been going for a pretty long time.
And I know they broke up and actually got back together at one point.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. It was like in like 2007 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I read that they broke up and got back together in like the early 2000s.
So we were going to react to them last week. You brought it.
That's right, baby.
You wanted to do Bullet with Butterfly Wings,
That's correct.
which we will do that song in the future. I just feel like this is a better start right here. For somebody who knows nothing about Smashing Pumpkins,
Yeah.
if you just ask, look, play me a song, I'm going to choose Cherub Rock. I just am. I
Yeah.
feel like this is the epitome of the
Yeah,
band.
I mean, I do like it better.
Okay.
But I was just, whenever I brought that song last week, I was going for like biggest hit. And
Yeah.
is that their biggest hit?
I don't know.
I
It's,
think so.
it's close.
It
It's
is close. No, they're really close.
But I just feel like this is just a better start.
I actually think that they're Today. I know that song Today is probably
Yeah.
kind of
They
big.
got a
but
lot of
that's
good
kind of
songs.
more, it's just different.
They got a lot of good songs.
I haven't heard a lot out of them. I've only heard a few songs, I guess.
Cherub Rock. Do you guys know what cherub means, by the way?
I thought it was a cherub.
The only thing I know about Cherub is Cherubi, which is a Pokemon.
Okay.
I thought it was cherub, by the way.
I think it's cherub. So there's a couple of different definitions according to dictionary.com. A celestial being could be like an order of angels,
Yeah.
or could be a beautiful or innocent person. So I just thought that was pretty interesting because I never heard the actual definition of the word.
Is Cherubi like an angel-looking Pokemon?
No, it's a plant.
Okay, well then, I was going to say maybe they connected that. when they
I was thinking the
created
same thing when we was going to describe it. No.
it. Yeah.
So according to my research, when Smashing Pumpkins first formed, they were kind of an underground indie band.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't like wildly popular.
Yeah, and I can get that. They got that indie sound.
And then, I don't know if it was the first or second album. You guys will have to let me know. They signed with Virgin Records, which is a big label.
It is.
Their fan base got mad and was like, oh, you guys are selling out.
Right.
So they just kind of stopped supporting them and was criticizing them to death.
Jeez.
Which upset Billy Corgan, obviously. There's a quote here. He said, I won't play someone else's game anymore. This album was a really strong affirmation to myself. Screw you, I don't care, I'm going to do this. The funny part about it is that it's working, which says to me I should have trusted myself all along. Sounds like to me this was just him venting his frustration about the music scene. I mean, you've heard the song.
Oh, yes.
I want to say that. Ryan hasn't, so it will be a reaction.
This actually was the first song I had ever heard from them.
Yeah, maybe me too. This is from their album,
Definitely my first. Sorry.
Yeah, it will be your first. So it's the first for all of us.
Yeah. So this is from their album Siamese Dream. It's their second studio album, released in 1993. A lot of people consider this like one of the best albums of all time. And Cherub Rock is the opener.
Ooh.
So you pop in the CD.
We have seen that a lot when we do these
Openers,
songs.
closers,
Openers or
yeah.
closers. A lot of
Yeah.
times.
But you just pop in the CD and this takes you away.
Boom. Right
So-
off the bat.
Yeah. Let's get this started, man. This is the Smashing Pumpkins, Cherub Rock. Hey, this groove should not work.
Hey, this is nice. I like
fire.
this. This is fire.
I just like the sound of the guitar. It's real heavy, you know. Got a nice
This
sound.
groove has no business being as good as it is. It really doesn't. You know, it's got a lot of distortion,
Yes.
a lot of fuzziness, but at the same time, I think because that riff is so undemanding and kind of simple, the fact that it does sound grimy is kind of the allure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't expect a groove that simple to sound like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's
if
why.
that was clear and just be like dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of just like
Yeah,
The-
but it's kind of unexpected, so it's like, oh, okay.
Gives it that edge.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
really
does.
does. I think another thing that helps is, and you'll hear it as the song goes on, but Billy Corgan doesn't have the strongest voice in the world, but the way he
it
sings,
matches though.
the way he sings in this song, he's kind of using it like an instrument.
Yeah.
Da-na.
That's what I'm saying. It matches though. It pairs with the. He's got a soft voice, and then they got this scratchy, beat going on.
Yeah,
It just pairs well.
it's just a very unexpected groove.
Like you said, the riff though is like I like it. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it like you said, that edge it gives to it, it just
And hey,
it sticks.
and the drums are underrated too on this.
Yeah,
He's doing a lot of just, and it's like he's not doing nothing crazy. It's just like, I don't know. They all work together.
yeah. The fact that this groove doesn't sound perfect,
Yes.
that's what is really the appeal.
Yeah. The style matches the name of their band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like someone who is Smashing Pumpkins
Okay, oh, here we go.
would literally be listening to this type of music.
Yeah.
Would they not, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. It's cool, though.
It just makes sense.
It's just cool, though. And we got to run when they
Run
came
it
back
back,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah. This is fire. I mean,
This is so fire.
Yeah.
unexpectedly fire.
Like I weirdly like his voice.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
I
is.
love his voice.
It's kind of like
yeah.
it like appeals. I don't know. It just appeals to me for some reason.
He knows when to go high and
Yeah.
low. And like I said, it sounds like another instrument.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a strong voice, you got to learn how to do stuff like that. And I think he does it well.
And his voice doesn't match his face at all. Just saying.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you might be right about that.
Yeah, we're watching the video. We're probably not going to put it up because a lot of times when we do videos, they get taken down. But this had the best audio. Freak Out and Give In. So I told you guys this song was about Corgan having his frustration with them going mainstream and everything. When you're not popular and you're a band that's just kind of in the underground scene, you have to be thinking to yourself sometimes, how long can we do this
Yeah, exactly.
without being popular? You know, getting into the mainstream and making some serious money, because it's not easy. So when they say give in, you know, from a lot of people's perspective, you just gave up.
Right.
You just gave in to what they wanted. Doesn't matter what you believe in. So those labels, when you go in there, they don't care about your beliefs, your values. They don't care if you even like the music. They just want to make money. And that's pretty much all they care about. Stay cool and be somebody's fool this year. So he could be talking to his old fan base, saying that you guys are fools for thinking that we don't care about the music anymore just because we went mainstream. And he could be talking about the band themselves, saying they're fools for doing this. So he could kind of be in that sarcastic tone because they know who is righteous, what is bold. I think that goes back to the producers and stuff. They supposedly know the good music and what sells. But right after that, he says, "So I'm told." So he's saying, I don't really believe that in a way. I don't know really what to believe. So to me, it's kind of like he's taking a shot at his former fan base, but also the mainstream,
Right.
which is interesting. Because it's like, look.
It's like a diss track for multiple people. Basically saying if the shoe fits, wear it.
It's like, I know we went mainstream, but at the same time, I know that we have to give up a little bit of individuality as well.
Yeah.
You have to kind of do what they say sometimes, which is frustrating. It's frustrating for a band that
But that's
just
how it works.
got into that. Yeah.
That's how it works.
And then he says, "Who wants honey as long as there's some money?" Those music execs, they'll tell you, "Look, we can make your life as grand as possible. You can have all the money in the world. Who cares as long as you're getting paid? Who cares if you like the music, or you're really doing what you want to?"
Right.
And that's all they care about is money. It's a really interesting dynamic how he's dissing both sides of the spectrum. It's like a double-edged sword. So I actually think that's really clever. Dude, the drummer is getting it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Chamberlain. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I
man.
meant to mention Chamberlain. That's not really a common last name that you hear it off.
Chamberlain, yeah.
It's a very, very
Famous name.
It is a very famous name, but it's not a really well-known name either. You don't see people with the name Chamberlain. That's a
Wilt Chamberlain.
well, you know.
What
That's like the only other Chamberlain I know besides Jimmy Chamberlain now.
Yeah,
So
what-
Yeah, there's a street around the corner from my house, Chamberlain Lane.
yeah, after this drumming performance, he just holds up the 100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he deserves it.
Exactly.
Hipsters unite, come align for the big fight. So again, he is dissing that former fan base, those hipsters that think they're just too cool for anything,
Yeah.
right?
We don't listen to mainstream.
popular music, yeah.
if you think hipsters, they don't like the government either. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that when it comes to labels, they're controlled by the bigger
Government type-
Exactly.
type,
So
yeah.
they probably like, oh well, you went to the big man, so now we don't want to deal with you no more.
Yeah, you went to the man.
So he's kind of saying they're uniting against us now. Oh, come on, let's hate the Smashing Pumpkins now. You know what I'm saying? Then he says, "But beware, all those angels with their wings glued on." So there's people among you.
I like that line.
There's
They're
people
pretending
among you.
to be angels, but they're just glued on.
They're not really hipsters.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not really angels.
They're fake.
Yeah.
Because deep
Exactly.
down, they are frightened and they're scared if you
right.
don't stare. So when you're not paying attention to them, you know for a fact they're getting into some popular stuff. I mean, I don't care if you're the biggest hipster in the world. You've listened to some mainstream stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to avoid anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So I love how he's just taking shots at them, man. Right there. I love how he says that right there.
Yeah.
Background vocals.
Yeah.
love that, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Brilliant.
That was
Man.
fire.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's fire.
I could like listen to that just instrumental.
Oh yeah.
Everything about that song is brilliant. The writing, the performance.
Yeah, that song's
man,
fire. We
man,
all
man.
cranked that up, by the way.
Yeah.
That don't ever happen on this channel. If you
Yeah.
watch this channel, you notice like us turning knobs sometimes
Yeah.
at the beginning of songs.
I won't ever turn mine up.
No, he
they
never
do.
turns
I've
it
never
up.
turned mine up.
Yeah.
That's the run the race.
He always turns his up, okay? He always turns
I
his
gotta
up.
have it
He
low.
likes it loud.
I gotta have it low.
I'll turn mine up if I really like the song. If
Yeah.
I know it's good and I'm about to, I got crank it. But Ryan, on the other hand, if he cranks it, you know it's a big deal.
That's saying something. That's saying something.
But man, I love everything about that song, man.
Yeah, that's a really good. I'm surprised I've never heard that song. Like I feel like
No, I mean it was never really.
I feel like I would
super
hear that
popular.
somewhere because that riff is so like.
It's played on the radio a lot.
Yeah, but even though, like, can we agree though, like, even though they got mainstream, they were still had that underground feel to them.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Exactly. Towards the end, he was like, "Tell me all of your secrets." I think he was kind of talking about the music industry. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So, how do I make this work? How do we find an identity to move forward? Mm-hmm. And then he says, "Let me out." As a musician, this isn't exactly what I had hoped for. Mm-hmm. I don't really recognize what's going on in this climate right now. It's just interesting how he was kind of telling it from both sides of the spectrum and then kind of being right in the middle of it. There's a lot of bands that, a lot of bands and artists, just whoever who makes music, they just have identity issues. They either become big or they never really do, and they're just like, well, where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. We don't really know what we want to be, what type of music we truly want to do. So maybe that's what Smashing Pumpkins was feeling at this time.
Yeah, I think it speaks volume for people that stay around for a very long time and make good music and are able to stay on top because you can keep doing the same thing. You can. It's cool to do the same thing, but some people are going to get tired of that. If you're able to, do different stuff, of course, I would think, when they went mainstream, you're going to have a label, so they're going to have different ideas for what they want to see you do.
Yep.
So if you're able to make them happy and make your fans happy, I think that speaks volume for any kind of people that do music.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to get across here is saying, look, we can be big, but we can also stay true to who we are. Mm-hmm. Of course you're going to have to give up a little.
Yeah, you got to. Mm-hmm.
You have to. But you can still make it. You can still please older fans and newer fans. They're one of the lucky bands that persevered to that.
I also think that, if once you go mainstream, I think your true fans are going to stick with you no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're just going to be like, you know what? I understand what they did. Because you want to see everybody succeed.
Well, some fans are fans before and they like you, and some fans, like, when you go mainstream, they like you even more.
Yeah.
That's
and plus, it gives you more opportunities to find new stuff and try new
that's what I'm
things.
saying, yeah.
Because you can't do that when you're underground for most people because you need, like you said, a lot of bands are broke. They ain't got enough money to be doing all the kind of...
All they have is all they have.
Exactly.
I say this all the time, man. If you want to sell out, if you want to go mainstream, as long as you're still making music that you love, even if nobody else really likes it, as long as you still love it and you still love the art of music, that's all that matters, man. Props to Smashing Pumpkins for that one. That is an excellent song. I've heard it 1,000,000 times. I'm going to hear it 1,000,000 more times.
Exactly. I'll play it again.
Yeah. So, fantastic. Give us some suggestions for them because this will be a band that normally gets played on this channel.
They will be back.
Yeah. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please tell us what you thought about that song. We love hearing your feedback. Please tell us your views.
Thanks for subscribing and hitting that bell.
Peace out.